To Weather Impact Live on this Saturday. I hope you all have been having a great Saturday so far. It has been beautiful outside. In fact, I actually want to show you a time lapse of our sunrise from Mayport, and you can see just how gorgeous and peaceful of a morning it was. And then the sun rose, and now we got blue in the sky. Yes, we have some cloud cover out there, but we're not going to get rain out of it. It is going to be dry. So here's a look around the First Coast. And truly, guys, if you want to get outside, this is a fantastic weekend to do it. In fact, over the next several days, we're going to be staying dry. Now, the one thing that we're going to watch out for, though, the fire danger. Well, two things really. The drought getting worse because we're staying dry, and that also leading to an increase in fire danger. But if you have been looking to get outside and dodge the rain because it was cloudy and for a lot of us rainy all last week, it is going to be much better for you to get outside in the coming days. Waycross, I love that shot. The beautiful green grass, the beautiful blue skies. I mean, everywhere looks good though. Look how crowded it's already getting at Jack's Beach with all the people out there enjoying their beach day. So as of 11 a.m., the recording of this, it is currently in the 70s across the First Coast. Temperatures are going to continue to warm up. And we will have highs on either side of 80 degrees. And before I show you your highs across the First Coast, each individual location, I want to show you that evening forecast too. Like how those temperatures drop down through the 70s and then eventually down into the 60s. So if you have Saturday evening plans, it will be comfortable and then eventually comfortably cool with those temperatures back down into the 60s. But it's warm this afternoon. Inland spots, your high temperatures are getting into the lower 80s. And for those of you along the beaches, our high temperatures are going to be in the middle 70s. We got a little bit of a technical issue going on right now, but just bear with us. That is a 7-day forecast, so I guess we'll just give you the forecast now too. Katrina, can you hear me? Is this what am I seeing what they're seeing? Am I seeing what they're seeing? I can talk everyone through it, what we're seeing, because what you are at, if you're looking at what I'm looking at, you are seeing our 24/7 channel. So don't forget that you can also always get your weather 24/7 on our weather channel. Now we're back. All right, so for today, our highs, again, low 80s for these inland spots, and then out by the coastal areas, your highs in the middle 70s. So if you are heading to the beach, middle 70s, good bit of sunshine out there. So that means a burn time of 15 to 25 minutes. Remember, that's for everyone. If you are outside at all across the First Coast, that's a UV index of 9. Now, we already had our low tide at 10:14 a.m. So our high tide's coming up at 4:14 p.m. So from now until then, the beach is going to be getting shorter and shorter. So hopefully, if you want to get out the beach, if you haven't gone yet, get out there soon, claim your spot, and a little bit higher up because now the tide is coming in. Water temperature around 68 degrees. I don't recommend you get in the water anyway. We have a high rip current risk and a pretty decent surf height too, 4 to 6 feet. Our winds out of the beaches 10 to 20 miles an hour, more sustained 10 to 15 with gusts closer to 20. Now maybe you're outside but not at the beach. Maybe you are going, or I should say not on the sand, but you are going towards the beach and you're going to go to the Spring in the Blues Fest. Well, that's at Seawalk Pavilion in Jack's Beach. So you can still go to the beach and you don't have to be out in the sand or in your bathing suit, but you can be enjoying some fantastic music. Temperatures are going to be sitting in the middle 70s. Winds out of the northeast, again, 10 to 15 miles an hour with gusts up to 20. That will be the case through the weekend. So I am liking our weekend forecast. Maybe you're heading inland and maybe you're going to the Clay County Fair. It is a great fair day. As you can see, I put there on the graphic. Temperatures getting up into the upper 70s, and I do think your highs are actually going to land in the lower 80s today. Same story on Sunday, maybe just a couple of degrees warmer. That's the story all across the First Coast for our Sunday. So I am liking the fair forecast. Now, don't forget, tonight it's open later, and truly with those temperatures dropping through the 70s, it will be fantastic fair weather for our Saturday night as well. So love it, love the forecast all across the First Coast, really. So as you could see there with Spring in the Blues and Clay County Fair, Sunday's also warm, a degree or two warmer than today even. Sunny, breezy, winds 10 to 20 miles an hour. Your high temperatures inland getting into the low and some spots even pushing the middle 80s tomorrow. And our coastal areas, middle to upper 70s. So very similar to today, just a couple of degrees warmer in some spots, a degree or two really. And then Monday, we're going to do the same thing, just tack on a degree or two. And so it's a little breezy, 10 to 15 miles an hour, sunny, warm, low temperatures, the morning temperatures starting off in the 50s and 60s like they were today. So similar when it's a comfortably cool start, but then it's comfortably warm in the afternoon. But the warm up does not stop there. Look how we climb into the middle 80s by Tuesday, and then we're even pushing the upper 80s by Wednesday. So normally our high temperature for this time of year is 79 degrees. So that means today is very close to seasonal, very seasonal levels. Then from there, we continue to warm up and get warmer than normal. But during that time, we are going to be staying dry. Rain chances are extremely low over the next 7 days. This isn't great news when it comes to our drought. So if you haven't checked in on it yet this week, we get the new drought monitor every Thursday. They take into account the beginning of the week. I believe it's through Tuesday. But the point here is that it took into Sunday, Monday's, maybe even Tuesday's rain. It took that into account, and still the exceptional drought expanded across more of the First Coast. Exceptional is the worst, the highest level of drought you can have, and it is slowly spreading across the First Coast. We got coastal showers last week, but still the coast under extreme drought, so we definitely need some more rain. We are not going to get it, though. As you saw, those rain chances stay low. So with the drought conditions, the dry weather sticking around, temperatures warming up, our fire risk is going to increase in the coming week. So if it's possible, if you can avoid outdoor burning, any sparks, please do so. We're really starting to see that fire risk ramp up here in the coming days. So here's a look at your most accurate 7-day forecast. Again, temperatures will continue to warm. We're staying dry. So while we just talked about how that's bad for the fire risk, bad for the drought, it's great if you want to get outside. I don't see a problem with getting outside over the next several days. So that is good news there. All right, so that is a quick look around the First Coast at your forecast. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, it is time for Malcolm Minute. We're going to talk about Artemis II, the successful splashdown, and we'll see what else Malcolm wants to talk about. We'll be back after this break.
That is the Protector.
This truck is a beast.
It's got all the tools on it. I love how big the tires are.
And this is going to be able to show you the weather around the First Coast like you've never seen it before.
The Protector really is going to help protect the community.
So you can see what it looks like on the ground. And that allows folks to really take action and do something about it.
And it gives us that edge in continuing to be the most accurate weather team.
Sponsored by HananiahAutos.com.
I'm Keitha Nelson, Good Morning Jacksonville anchor and mom of twins Journey and Trey. I'm on your side, getting you out the door and off to a great start. Make the move to Good Morning Jacksonville on First Coast News, weekdays from 4:30 to 9, anywhere you watch.
First Coast Living Live.
Bringing you closer to the tastiest food.
The best shopping.
And family fun.
Jordan Wilkerson and David Benfield. First Coast Living Live, weekdays at 11 a.m. only on NBC 12.
We have new details about a heavy police presence in Jacksonville Beach.
Driver fired gunshots along the interstate today, prompting a police chase.
Stream extended coverage on First Coast News Plus.
The First Coast News weather team is here to deliver your most accurate forecast with weather impact alerts to warn you about severe weather and up-to-the-minute information on First Coast News Plus.
The wave of moisture rolls its way on in here.
Our team is the most equipped and experienced to help you prepare and keep you safe.
The First Coast News weather team is always on your side. Stream extended coverage on First Coast News Plus.
My mission is to help you get to where you're going safely. Whether it's helping you beat the backup on 95 or navigating the slowdown on JTB, we've got you covered. Make the move to Good Morning Jacksonville on First Coast News. Weekdays live from 4:30 to 9, anywhere you watch.
And welcome back. Welcome back to Weather Impact Live on this Saturday. it is time for everyone's favorite segment, Malcolm Minute. Malcolm's here. There he is. All right, so I today walked out into the newsroom and said, Malcolm, what do you want to talk about today? And you said, Artemis.
Yes. I mean, how can you not?
I love that.
Historic mission, just now complete. Just thankful that, the splashdown that took place yesterday just was successful. And that the astronauts, the whole crew members are just all, in good shape. How could you? Like I said, just
it definitely is a talker.
And definitely just important, milestone and just space exploration, human history, really.
All right, so just in case you missed it, we do have a quick package from NBC that we're going to show you guys, give you some of that video, some of the visuals of the splashdown. So if Katrina, our fantastic director behind the scenes, would roll that NBC package, we're going to give you that quick update on the successful splashdown yesterday, and then we'll be right back.
It's the moment we were all anticipating, a successful splashdown. And I'm standing here at Naval Base San Diego. The U.S. Navy played an important role in this historic mission. The USS John P. Murtha has actually been out at sea since the start of this week, staged and really waiting for re-entry of the Orion space capsule. And this ship is where astronauts will do those medical evaluations, and it will also bring the space capsule back to San Diego on Saturday. This recovery is possible because of the collaboration between the U.S. Navy and NASA. As for what's next, once the astronauts complete those medical evaluations aboard the USS John P. Murtha and they're cleared, they're able to go back to a base here in San Diego and fly back to Houston to NASA's Johnson Space Center. From San Diego, I'm Brooke Martell. Back to you.
It really is like a group effort with the military as well and NASA and all this. And everywhere. I mean, so many different organizations were involved in this and the successful mission as a whole. I was going through NASA's tweets or X posts, and someone had asked or said, as I'm watching this splashdown, I'm wondering, does anyone actually check for sharks? Because they're just floating out there.
I was thinking the same thing.
You were thinking the same thing? And NASA said yes, because they have been out there for several days actually waiting for the splashdown. And NASA said that, yes, they actually keep an eye on the waters to make sure. I don't know how you scare every shark away. There's probably technology for that, but that they are out there monitoring those waters to make sure it's just them there.
No, seriously, because I was wondering that if marine life, if any whales, maybe sharks or whales or dolphins, I know they're pretty curious, if they, when the splashdown happened, just, the impact of it, just did that attract, any marine life? So, that's a good question. And, I know they were all on top of that, beforehand. So,
I mean, it makes sense. If they can, monitor space so well,
right,
they should be able to monitor that little area of
exactly.
splashdown zone.
No, for sure. But it just looks great. Just, I don't know. It just I know everybody, we're just anxious, leading up to it. And just to hear how fast it's going when it breaks through the atmosphere.
Yes.
What's it 24,000 miles per hour, and just the heat shield and how they had to,
and how they successfully slow it down to 19 miles an hour at splashdown.
It's so crazy.
Nice and steady.
Thousands of miles per hour to just
to a school zone almost, almost down to a school zone.
No, that's a good way of putting it for sure. So, man, just a great sight to see. Just a great cherry on top to a just awesome mission. So.
And then we also actually, let me pull this up. I was looking at this earlier. So there was another launch this morning from Cape Canaveral. It was a SpaceX launch, but this one is a Northrop Grumman's commercial resupply mission. So it's going to the space station to restock the supplies there. So there's just we are just it's in our own backyard, you guys, constantly space stuff always happening here. It's
seriously
so cool.
So next up for Artemis, because I know it goes up to Artemis 4 when they want to go back to landing on the moon, and I think the next step is just it's something I know. I know that's Artemis 4 with like landing on the moon.
Yeah, Artemis 3
Artemis
is going
3.
to do low orbit Earth.
Oh, okay,
so they're kind of going to be testing every tool that they have and will need to land on the moon.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's going to be like low orbit for the moon. So they're just going to make sure all of that stuff, the landing gear, everything works.
Right.
So kind of how this was like a test run to make sure we get to the moon and all of that. This Artemis 3 is going to be the test run of the landing gear without actually landing.
Gotcha.
They'll just stay in low orbit Earth, and then they'll go to the moon after that.
A little dress rehearsal, if you will.
And they're already on the way. Once again, I'm back on X because this is where I've been getting. I just like get NASA notifications.
Yeah.
And I saw a notification that it's called Michoud in New Orleans, and that's where they build parts of the rocket.
Oh, wow.
And they said that already for Artemis 3, it's ready to go. It's ready to roll out and move to Florida. So, like, now it's just one after the other.
Yeah.
Like, here we go.
Literally like a domino trail.
It is. Like
knock one down.
Yep, here we go. So, I mean, we'll be at, if this continues, this momentum, we're going to be at Mars on track for their...
Before you know it.
Before you know it.
Yeah.
Like, in our lifetimes. So.
Literally, yeah. Man, exciting stuff. Seriously. Just exciting stuff on the whole just space exploration front, aerospace. So, yeah, really great stuff.
Now, also, back here at home, I'm going to show you some things. Like, we got some Weather Watchers photos.
Okay.
So, I am going to start by showing you this one. We got this morning from Bob. Doesn't that look beautiful?
Yeah,
seafoam. Like, he's got it. He knew where I was going with it.
Yeah, that's definitely a great shot there. Like, you see the sun, you see the sunrise, beautiful clouds there.
Yeah, we could probably take these full screen, Katrina, if you want. We'll just take some of these pictures full screen.
Shout out to Bob.
Yes, Bob always sends in fantastic photos, usually from Fernandina Beach. So this one it didn't have the tag, but history shows with him, it's usually Fernandina. So then we're going to step away from the beach quickly, but Brenda sent this in can you guess where?
Fernandina Beach? Or it could be... St. Augustine, maybe?
It is such a trick question because I also thought it was out by the coast. It's downtown Jacksonville.
Really?
Yes, she was out and about because she also sent in a photo of the sunrise, the sun rising behind Everbank. So she was right near our station.
Oh, wow. I think I do see like a little piece
you can kind of see it
the
there.
Bridge on the right.
Yes.
Like a little part of it. But,
so that's downtown, but so gorgeous.
No,
we have so many beautiful waterways and inlets. Okay, and then we're going to go back out to the beach. And so Dave,
yes. No, Dave is an OG.
yes, Dave and Ollie. So everyone loves seeing Ollie, obviously.
Look at her
dog.
smile there.
So cute. And
Definitely.
So we were all thrilled to see Dave post again on our Weather Watchers Facebook page. So I had to, of course, give Dave and Ollie the shout out.
We got to have our pet tails on the stream as well.
Yes, we do. We got 2 pet tails, honestly, this morning. We got lucky because we had the other dog. I always do the pet tails segment with the Humane Society, but the other group was in first this morning.
I saw that.
We had so many dogs in studio today.
Love our fur babies.
We do. This is why you should tune in Saturday mornings. We got lots of dogs. Sometimes cats. Everyone knows I'm a cat person. Are you a dog or cat person?
I'm both, but I'm more so dog.
Yeah,
but
that's
I love cats too.
See, I am mostly a cat person just because I've never owned a dog.
Oh, really?
I like dogs. I just know how to make a cat survive. I think I can figure it out with a dog. I've just always owned cats. They're easier.
Right, they
They're
definitely are.
Easier.
They definitely are with just like they take care of themselves practically.
They do. So. Except for my cat is so needy.
Really?
So people will say she's like a dog. She's just attached to me. She used to play fetch when she was younger too.
Oh,
now
really?
she just constantly has to sleep right here.
Man,
she fetched with her little catnip toys. It was cute.
Man. Oh yeah, they do love to scurry around chasing things. It sounds like a Garfield energy a little bit.
Yeah, except for she's skinny. Actually, it's a problem. Won't get into it, but she needs to gain weight. I've always had fat orange cats, literally like Garfield.
Oh, really?
So when I got her, I was like, I'm not going to make you fat. And then she got too skinny. So now she gets food whenever she wants. But all right, Malcolm, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. Great chat, as always.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
That
is the Protector.
This truck is a beast.
It's got all the tools on it. I love how big the tires are.
And this is going to be able to show you the weather around the First Coast like you've never seen it before.
The Protector really is going to help protect the community.
So you can see what it looks like on the ground. And that allows folks to really take action and do something about it.
And it gives us that edge in continuing to be the most accurate weather team.
Sponsored by HannahNiaAutos.com.
I'm Keitha Nelson. Good morning, Jacksonville anchor and mom of twins, Journey and Trey. I'm on your side, getting you out the door and off to a great start. Make the move to Good Morning Jacksonville on First Coast News. Weekdays from 4:30 to 9, anywhere you watch.
First Coast Living Live.
Bringing you closer to the tastiest food.
The best shopping.
And family fun.
Woo!
Jordan Wilkerson and David Benfield. First Coast Living, live. Weekdays at 11 a.m. only on NBC 12.
We have new details about a heavy police presence in Jacksonville Beach.
Driver fired gunshots along the interstate today, prompting a police chase.
Stream extended coverage on First Coast News Plus.
The First Coast News weather team is here to deliver your most accurate forecast with weather impact alerts to warn you about severe weather and up-to-the-minute information on First Coast News Plus.
The wave of moisture rolls its way on in here.
Our team is the most equipped and experienced to help you prepare and keep you safe.
The First Coast News weather team is always on your side. Stream extended coverage on First Coast News Plus.
My mission is to help you get to where you're going safely. Whether it's helping you beat the backup on 95 or navigating the slowdown on JTB, we've got you covered. Make the move to Good Morning Jacksonville on First Coast News. Weekdays live from 4:30 to 9, anywhere you watch.
All right, welcome back. Let's wrap this thing up and get our Saturday going. So, look how gorgeous it looks out in St. Augustine at the Bridge of Lions. Nice blue skies there. And here's a look at the next several hours. Temperatures will be warming up to either side of 80 degrees. And then this evening, so comfortable, dropping through the 70s and then eventually down into the 60s within that 8 o'clock hour. So it's a great day to get out and about. Maybe you're going to take a dip in the pool. Truly, I think it's a good day for it. If the pool's not too chilly for you, jump in and enjoy, because the beach water, please don't forget that we do have a high rip current risk. So the pool, I'm all for the pool. Temperatures, again, up into the 80s in some spots today, lower 80s for inland spots. Out at the beach, your high temperatures are going to be in the middle 70s. We do have that high rip current risk. We have a surf and seas of 4 to 6 feet and winds 10 to 15 with gusts up to 20 miles an hour. Don't forget your sunscreen today. We do have a UV index of 9, and so it will feel toasty out there and it will crisp up your skin if you are not prepared. So if you're heading out to Springing the Blues Fest this weekend, that's where you'll need hat, sunglasses, temperatures in the middle 70s with a little bit of a good bit of a breeze there out by the coast. Inland, I think you'll feel more of a breeze later on our Sunday, but Clay County Fair, looking good. Temperatures actually getting up into the lower 80s for those inland spots like at the Clay County Fair, with highs right around 81 on Saturday and 83 on Sunday. Now, so today, let me pull this up for you all really quickly. I just want to get today's forecast up. As we mentioned, highs near 80, winds 10 to 15, gusts up to 20. Hey, look at those look at the sunset time, 7:52 p.m. We are getting closer and closer to that 8 p.m. sunset. And then tonight, our low temperatures are going to drop down into the 50s and 60s. So that will be comfortably cool tomorrow morning, very similar to this morning if you're out and about early on your Sunday. Then Sunday, your sunrise at 7:03, getting closer and closer to that 7 a.m. sunrise. High temperatures near 81, so just a degree warmer, sunny and breezy. And if you are going out to the beach tomorrow as well, middle 70s, still got that the risk of a sunburn there. I mean, that we're just getting to that time of year. I mean, it is April. I don't know about you guys, but I got a watch tan now. I'm not going to show you, it's gross. But that's just it. We're back. It's kind of crazy after the week we had where it was rainy and cloudy, but when the sun is out, it's out in full force, and we're already getting those UV indexes of 9. And so toasty, toasty. Same thing on Monday. This is going to continue. So again, please don't forget that this means that we're going to have an increase in fire danger. So over the coming week, we're warming up and we're staying dry. And we have quite a drought. I'll show you that again in a second. And so that means that our fire danger, our fire level risk is going to be climbing here in the coming days. So by Friday, it's near critical, and that's when it's warm. A high temperature near 90 by Friday. Again, our average high temperature this time of year is 79 degrees, and so we're near seasonal today, but then we'll be about 10 degrees above normal by the end of the work week. And we do need the rain because our exceptional drought has expanded across portions of the First Coast as of last week, and so all of us are under an extreme or exceptional drought, with exceptional being the highest risk of drought we can have. So that's something we're going to watch very closely for you all. One last look at that 7-day forecast before you go out and about and enjoy your Saturday. If you are looking to get outside today or tomorrow, perfect weather for it this weekend. Please be careful with any sparks or cigarette butts. Please no outdoor burning if possible. Just be careful with that fire danger, but enjoy the sunshine and warmer weather. Have a great weekend, everyone.